So the first thing we're going to work on is a mindset shift. You want to do things that return residual time. It's a big concept for me. It's something I've been studying for years. How do you learn more effectively? The first thing is it's a decision. And here's what happens. We need to carve out time every single day for doing some learning. So let's make a little thing. I don't expect any of us to say, you know what, I've got 2 hours today. I'm just going to sit down here and I'm just going to learn. I'm going to learn punch and roll today. And you have this one major factor that adults, most of us, don't seem to have straight. And here's a rule. Most adults overestimate how much they can do in a short period of time and underestimate how much they can do in a year or plus or minus a few months. So here's what happens. I go, oh, this weekend I'm going to learn punch and roll and I'm going to know everything and it'll be working for me on Monday. And then I get something comes up and I have a roof leak or I have something or a kid has an issue. And now I do everything I can over that weekend. Maybe I do spend that whole weekend learning. And I get to Monday and I'm disappointed because I'm not a punch and roll expert in 3 days. Well, for that particular example, you don't need to be an expert. You need to be able to use it enough to get to the next level and you keep refining it. But there's a really good reason for focusing on punch and roll or RX and processing and getting that stuff down to a system because it gives you residual time back. I'm really fascinated by things that we can do where we can invest some time and then later we get our time back. Over the course of a book, anybody that's done punch and roll well, after doing it for a month, they always come back to me with the same comment, and it goes something like this. If I really understood the value, how much time I would get back from doing that, and that my quality would go up, I would have done that months ago or years ago. It's absolutely worth the time to invest in that. But most of us can't just say, well, I'm going to take off 2 weeks and do it, or I'm going to most people, by the way, can do punch and roll on the weekend well enough that they can do their next book. And by the time they get through a few chapters and they have the punch and roll thing working right, especially with one of the more advanced DAWs, then it's like, wow, unbelievable. I just should have done this earlier because I'm going to get some time back.